Hi guys, how you going? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. So today I thought I'd give you a bit of an update on the OPENROAD rooftop tent, okay? I've had been out bush. I'm up in the Otways this weekend, so I've been up here for the last sort of 3 days or so. And yeah, putting it through its paces, giving it a little bit of a workout. So I'll sort of take you through the setup and show you how it's been going. All right, let's go for a walk. Alright guys, so we're over at the Stevenson's Falls campground. It's a nice little setup here. It's been quite busy. Got in sort of late Thursday night. It's been really good. Weather's been sort of a mix of really sort of nice-ish during the day, a little bit of rain, a little bit of drizzle, putting the rooftop tent through all its paces, and it's been fantastic. And I've got the combined setup with the OPENROAD rooftop tent and the side walls as well. And then what you'll see there also, I actually installed my King's 200 watt permanent solar panel. So I've fixed that to the roof bars. Now the roof bars come standard with the rooftop tent and it works out perfect. So the sort of, I've picked a nice clearing here to try and capture some of this sun, because there's been lots of tall trees here. There's been lots of cloud cover the last few days. So I found sort of this nice clearing where I can at least get some sun, because I've been working from here as well as, you know, sort of editing videos and doing a bit of stuff over the weekend. So it was important that I sort of got a space that had a bit of a clearing, and it's worked out quite well. And then also I've basically been using Starlink here as well. So, but yeah, anything you want to know about Starlink, go back to the channel. There's a whole heap of content on that in there, and that'll sort of, you know, show you how you can sort of work remotely and off-grid and whatnot. But yeah, so that solar panel's worked out really, really nicely. So that's been powering basically everything in my car. I'll give you a quick look, but I've got quite a few different setups there. What I'll quickly show you, what I also did was I did this little modification, and I've added this to the side rails on the rooftop tent. So I've bolted these things on there. Yeah, they look like a couple of horns or something, but that's where I actually mount my magnetic mount for my Starlink Mini. So my Starlink Mini, which is currently sort of sitting over there at the moment with its battery setup, and I'll pop up a photo on the screen, but you'll see sort of, so when I'm driving around, this works out perfectly and works out great with the rooftop tent, because I wanted it somewhere where it was sort of easily accessible to get off. So that worked out really well combined with the OPENROAD rooftop tent. So that was my sort of little hack with that. But yeah, as you can see, again, you've got sort of access to all three sides with the rooftop, with the ladder. So I'm accessing from this side of the vehicle. That's what works out well for me. And again, you've got the full sort of awnings that do the wraparound. And that's been great, because even though it's been sort of cold, condensation is always an issue. So I've made sure I've cracked the windows open on all three sides. And then I had an electric blanket with me as well. So that worked out really well. But the combination of having the windows open means that condensation isn't so much of an issue. And I've slept in this for probably 6 or 7 nights so far over the last couple of weeks, and I've had no issues with condensation at all. All right, as you can see here, I've just popped the wall up for a little bit of a windbreak. Again, I've been working away here, and I've got the campfire going as well. And then I've got sort of my all-powers power station powered off that other solar panel over there. So, and that's just more sort of battery backup. As you can see, I'm running quite a bit of gear that needs batteries. I've also got the air fryer and stuff like that. I think the combination and the setup of everything now has really, really worked out well for me. So no more crawling into swags or setting up swags. Like, the setup was super, super easy. Literally just undid the 6 clips and it just lifted up seamlessly. One of the things you got to make sure with these gas struts is don't force it. So literally just gently lift it up. You probably only have to lift it about 30 or 40 centimeters, and then it just does all the work itself. So, and what I find, which is great with this rooftop tent, is that I leave all my bedding in there. So I've got my sleeping bag in there. I've got a spare blanket in there. I'll leave some additional cables up there as well. So when no jokes about it, like literally when I rock up to camp, I just open it and I can simply crawl up in there and it's all set up for me. So we'll go in and I'll give you a bit of a quick look at the setup. All right guys, let's go for a bit of a look inside. So the rooftop tent comes with the ladder as well as the shoe bag. So that hooks up on either side nice and neat. So basically every side has these clips. So it doesn't matter which side, you don't have to move clips or anything like that. So this is the way I've got mine set up. So before I go in, I'll show you a few things. So this is the mattress it comes with, right? Look, it does the job. It's okay, it's nothing special. I think it's pretty much standard for all rooftop tents. But what I've done to take it to the next level is I've inserted my inflatable hiking mattresses. So I'll pop up a link for you. So these are the Climate Insulated V Ultra S. Now there's a variety of different versions of these, but I actually take these hiking. So what I've done, I've actually got a couple of them. So I've put one here and I've put one on the other side as well. Now, it makes so much difference. It's so much more comfortable. The combination of the mattress combined with that, it just makes it absolutely pleasurable. It's like, again, I don't like using this word, but it is a game changer. It works extremely well. And the beauty of it, and you'll see there's the valve for it. Literally, when you're packing up, just undo the valve, leave it there. It just deflates by itself. And then when you close up the rooftop tent, literally everything's just left in there. Now, another thing, I've been searching high and low for the ultimate pillow solution. I'm sick of dragging my big massive pillow from home. So I looked online and trusty Amazon and I found these beauties. So they're actually, like, they're a decent size. And what happens is when you order them, you can get them as a twin pack. So you get 2 of them. And look, they're super comfy and they spring back. So 2 of these is great. So what I'm going to do is have a go at just making up some pillowcases, or shout out to my sister, Carol. I might get her to make a couple of pillowcases for me. And I'm also going to have to try and find some sheet covers for this mattress as well. So again, anyone out there that might know of either or, just let me know, drop them in the comments. And then the next game changer for me is this. So I've also got an electric blanket for those cold nights, and then the sleeping bag on top. Now you may think electric blanket's a bit of overkill, but if you've got the power to support it, even if it's to take the chill off, it makes a big difference, okay? And I find sometimes I just put it on when I hop into bed and then I forget about it, it switches itself off. And then what happens is later on in the middle of the night, you might wake up a little bit chilly, flick it back on again, it heats up within 30, it heats up. You can set it up for say 30 minutes and then enough to get you back to bed, and then you sort of go from there. And this is sort of my setup inside. So all of this bedding, everything in here stays in the rooftop tent. And that's what I mean. When I rock up to camp, literally I undo the clips, lift her up, and she's ready to go straight away. And what I also love is down in this corner is you've got this little sort of power brick. You've got a couple of cigarette lighter points, you've got USB-C, USB points, and that just plugs in via an Anderson plug straight down to your power source below. And then that's great because then it powers all the lighting up here. You know, if I need to charge anything, my iPad or iPhone, anything like that, it sort of completes the picture. The only thing for me is I sleep at this end and the power brick is at that end. So I think I'm going to actually basically move it up to this sort of front corner here. That'll be fine. At the end of the day, the actual inlets, there's an inlet on both sides in relation to where you bring the power in. So they're up at the back of the rooftop tent, but that's fine because I'll simply just run the cable down here and that'll take it to this point here. That'll work perfect for me. And then obviously also you've also got, you know, the pockets. So it comes with these pockets up top. Perfect. You can slap your phone in there, iPad, all that sort of stuff. It works really great. And with the touch screen works perfectly through the plastic. So no issues whatsoever. If you need to fast forward, change films or YouTubes or anything like that. And sort of at night time, I crack that window open a little bit. This one I leave closed because I've got also another window up the top, which I leave cracked open. And then also, which is a beauty because a lot of them don't have it, at this end, I leave that open all the time. And this is why I don't have any issues with condensation. But it does also have the condensation mat as well. So you're sort of covered from that perspective. Look, I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed. There was a bit of rigmarole in relation to installing it to my rooftop tent setup, my backbone system, but I eventually worked out a bit of a system. I ended up building a hoist and everything because unfortunately this can't sit permanently on my car, so I needed to have some sort of solution to take it on and off. But aside from the installation process, mate, the rooftop tent's great. It's 73 kilos as well. You easily fit 2 tall people in here with no issues whatsoever. And again, I'm quite a large guy, and I fit in here comfortably. And you can get another person in here, no issues whatsoever. So, look, it ticks a lot of boxes. So, and again, if you're interested in purchasing one, if you want, I'll drop the discount code and the link on the screen. Use my discount code and you'll get a discount, as well as helping out the channel. But I've been running OpenRoad stuff now for over 6 months with the awning. Now with this one, you'll see a whole heap of content with me taking this out all over the place. But so far, impressed. Anyway, any queries, questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, go back to the channel. There's playlists on absolute everything. So, anything, especially OpenRoad, there's an OpenRoad rooftop tent playlist, as well as an awning playlist, as well as a combined, so you can see the whole kit and caboodle. And today, I found them really, really good to deal with. You know, I'll be working with them in relation to trying to constantly improve things, adding new features, tweaking little bits and pieces. So, from that point of view, they've been really great to deal with. They've been in the States now for, you know, probably over, I think, a decade. This rooftop tent's been around for at least 2 or 3 years, and this is just a constant improvement and evolution of it. So, all right, if I don't see you out on the roads or out in the trails, I shall see you in the next video. But I'm off for a hike now. Going to go up to Stevenson's Falls and check that out. All right, guys, cheers, bye.